I know we talk about bullet points. Sometimes it takes like extra confidence to just have bullet points. You might need, like, for me as a journalist, goodness, I would write out my full script. Like, I can pull up notes to my entire scripts, like still from my phone because I never delete stuff. Hashtag hoarder, digital hoarder right here. So I
Digital
keep
order.
everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah, if you've ever sent me an email, I guarantee you I still have it. So if I were to
That's
look
awesome.
into my notes, I can actually read, and I write out a full script. And
Yeah.
so it takes an additional amount of confidence to go off script and to just like have those bullet points. And some reporters are able to do this right off the bat. Like, it's very simple, it's very easy for them. But for some of us, it's just not. Like, just having bullet points does take an extra skill.
Yeah.
So
I'll
if
share it
you
with
are
you.
that person, like, I understand you, I feel you, and I've been there. So
I'll show you my expertise on that if you'd like.
yeah.
The secret to bullet points. So here's the deal, and there's a couple different scenarios, or a lot of scenarios. You're on camera or on stage. We're talking about on camera though, so you wouldn't use these bullet points that way and write it all out. If you're in front of an audience in front of you, and you would probably use the bullet points like we were talking about before, and that means you need to memorize what you're going to speak about, or just have that conversation about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So on camera though, what I would do is, and I've done this many times, you have the bullet points. So you go ahead. I actually don't write the bullet points first. I write the script first, then I bullet point it. And then I go back and review off. I throw away the script and I look at the bullet points and I write out the script of the bullet points again, longhand, I guess you call it, right? Write it out on one piece of paper. And I always use one piece of paper. That's another key strategy that I use, because if you're gonna use bullet points and or scripts and it has too many pages, then you're fumbling and you're turning pages, right? And that's why I was referring to this strategy, boom, this strategy of the two big whiteboards in front of you. So what I've done is this, and just to wrap up this thought, bullet points, and I still have, I should show it to you, it'd be so cool, but I'd have to go off camera and grab it on my computer. I still have the very first speech I've ever delivered in my life. And this is 24 years ago. I remember the date. It was January 5th, 1998.
So it was a traumatic moment in your life.
Yeah, of course it was. Of course. But I used my personality and I breathed and I believed in myself. So I was nervous as heck, but I still delivered, right? And here's the secret. Nobody knows what you're about to say.
Yeah.
So don't get hung up on, oh, I missed this, or I missed that mark, or I meant to say this. Do you know how many speeches I've delivered? And by the way, I deliver about, I don't know, I'm on about 240 stages a year for the last 20 plus years. Okay. So, and those are physical stages. And now I'm doing like 3 of these a day, right? Because of pandemic. So I've delivered a lot of speeches, and I've noticed that people don't know what you're going to say. So don't get hung up on it where after you get off of stage or off a camera and you say, oh, I forgot to say this. It's okay, because they're not going to call you and go, you forgot to say this. They don't know what your speech is, right? Does that make sense? So, so the trick is for me, and this works for me, this might not work for everyone, but the bullet points, I literally freehand write out those bullet points on one piece of paper. So I know that I have it. It's kind of like a test. And I do that. I do that quickly. I could do that before, like 15, 20 minutes and half an hour before I go on to camera. I'll do that in a lobby of I don't actually do it in the lobby because there's people walking around and they know you're the next speaker. So maybe you go up to your hotel room and you just jot it down. Boom, boom, boom. Got it. And then tell yourself you got this. And that's the confidence level. And the fear factor goes a little lower, right? But then use that fear factor. What I always do is I embrace the fear, and I say, I should feel this way. This is how Les felt. This is how Napoleon Hill felt. This is how all the greats feel. And if they don't feel that, then they're not human.